I am presenting a series of 5 videos on affordable housing in the United Kingdom. Affordable housing is defined and looks at trends in housing affordability and the supply of affordable housing, that will delve into the following topics. Defining affordable housing and discussing the reasons why affordable housing is essential. Planning and the provision of affordable housing. Affordability by 2 tenure types, homeownership and private renting. The supply of affordable housing. The role of housing benefit/housing element of universal credit. The original brief is published on the page commonslibrary.parliament.uk. In this first video of the 5-part series on affordable housing in the United Kingdom, I will be defining and discussing the reasons why affordable housing is essential. There is no all-encompassing definition of affordable housing in England. Indeed, there is a good deal of ambiguity in the way the term affordable is used in relation to housing. Aside from covering housing provided with public subsidy, it is used in a general way to describe housing of any tenure that is judged to be affordable to a particular household or group by analysis of housing costs, income levels and other factors. Such as the lack of consensus over what affordability means in housing terms, it's been suggested that the concept should be abandoned because it's unhelpful when considering the difficulties faced by households in meeting their housing needs. Historically, the term affordable housing tended to be interchangeable with references to social housing, that is housing developed with an element of government subsidy, grant, and let at sub-market rents by local authorities or housing associations. Social housing rents are generally around half of market rents. Initially, the Chartered Institute of Housing submitted evidence to the Transport, Local Government, and the Region's Select Committee's Affordable Housing Inquiry, in which it argued for precise and appropriate definitions of affordable housing where there's a need to achieve and measure specific outcomes. Then they conducted an inquiry into affordability and the supply of housing over 2005-06, during which it chose to define affordable housing as subsidized housing that meets the needs of those who cannot afford secure decent housing on the open market, either to rent or buy. Now I am taking a moment to thank you for subscribing to my channel. Your support motivates me to create more content that you love. I'd also like to encourage you to leave a comment and let me know what you think of the video. Your feedback is invaluable and helps me improve my content. Thank you again for your support. A statutory definition of social housing. Sections 68 to 71 of the Housing and Regeneration Act 2008 define social housing for the purposes of regulating social landlords as low-cost rental and low-cost home ownership accommodation. The 2008 Act refers to accommodation at rents below market rates and let to people whose needs are not adequately served by the commercial housing market. Under Section 70 of the 2008 Act, low-cost home ownership is defined as incorporating shared ownership, equity percentage arrangements and shared ownership trusts. As with low-cost rented housing, these dwellings must be made available to people whose needs are not adequately served by the commercial housing market to qualify as social housing. Affordable rents. During the October 2010 spending review, the coalition government announced a new intermediate rent tenure. Under this model, which is known as affordable rent, social landlords offer tenancies at rents of up to 80% of market rent levels within the local area. The additional finance raised is available for reinvestment to develop new social housing. Essentially, this model replaced capital grant supply subsidy for social housing with a revenue subsidy. Affordable rent is designed to maximize the delivery of new social housing by making the best possible use of constrained public subsidy and the existing social housing stock, and provide an offer which is more diverse for the range of people accessing social housing, providing alternatives to traditional social rent. Affordable rent falls within the Definition of social housing in Section 68 of the Housing and Regeneration Act 2008 and the definition of low-cost rental accommodation in Section 69 of that Act. Affordable rent properties will therefore be subject to regulation by the Tenant Services Authority and its Homes and Communities Agency successor, where they are provided by a registered provider. In addition to building to let at affordable rents, social landlords can re-let vacant homes previously let at social rents at affordable rent levels. The 2023 UK Housing Review records that by March 2022, local authorities held about 33,800 newly built or acquired units at affordable rents. Housing associations held 309,000 units. The Greater London Authority has prohibited conversions to affordable rents in London. In 2021, the Mayor of London committed to focus on building at social rent levels. While 75% of its rents are at £150 a week or lower, newer residents, mostly younger residents, are paying more for homes of the same size in the same place. We are now in the bizarre position of having long-term tenants in well-paid employment paying very low rents while newer, younger tenants who earn less could be paying about £80 more each week for a virtually identical property in the same area. It doesn't make sense. So, starting now, here is what authorities intend to do. They are aiming over time to set affordable rents at the Mayor's London Affordable Rent. I mean more genuinely affordable rents. An analysis of affordable rents in England conducted by Inside Housing using data from the Social Housing Regulator for 2022, found rents were double the equivalent social rent in some areas. In response to an audience question about how to solve the housing crisis on the BBC's Question Time at the end of April 2023, Lisa Nondi, Shadow Secretary for Levelling Up, Housing and Communities, said Labour would change the definition of affordable rents. London Living Rents and London Affordable Rents. The Greater London Authority allocates funding from the Affordable Homes programme in London. Homes funded under the 2021-26 programme will primarily be composed of three preferred affordable products. Social rent. London Living Rent, a rent-to-buy product on time-limited tenancies. Shared ownership. There is an aim to produce 82,000 affordable units. Funding guidance for the year 2021 to 2026 programme refers to an agreement with government that more than half the programme will be for social rent. London Living Rent offers Londoners a below-market rent, supporting them to save for a deposit to enable them to move into home ownership. The Greater London Authority's bidding guidance for the 2021 to 2026 programme provides advice on the setting of London living rents. The Greater London Authority publishes ward-specific benchmark rent levels for London living rent homes on an annual basis. These rent levels are based on 1/3 of the estimated median gross household income for the local borough, varied by up to 20% in line with ward-level house prices, and are capped to reflect the maximum amount a household eligible for London living rent could afford. The benchmark rents also vary based on the number of bedrooms within the home. London affordable rent homes are rented by social landlords with rents capped at benchmark levels published by the Greater London Authority. They are lower than the 80% of market rents at which affordable rents can be charged. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I look forward to sharing more videos with you soon.